Hello everybody, I am Bhima Shankar and my seminar topic is verification by model checking. I am going to discuss about the motivation motivation for verification and different four parts of verification and different approaches of for verification, temporal logic followed by linear temporal logic. Motivation for verification. Motivation for verification. Verification means verifying the correctness of computer systems, that is different types of systems such as hardware, software or combination of both. It's most obvious in safety critical systems, commercial critical systems and mission critical systems to verify the correctness of the operation, or else it will cause the major danger to the humans, or it can be commercially harmful. There are three parts of verification. They are framework for modeling systems using some kind of specification languages, and specification language for describing the properties to be verified on the system, on the model, and the verification method for establishing if the description of the system satisfy the specification. Here the model is verified whether it is behaving according to the description of the system or not. For the classification of models, verification systems, there are four approaches that can be classified in several ways. They are proof based versus model based, degree of automation, full versus property verification, intended domain of application, that is whether the model is applied to the hardware software system or sequential concurrent systems or reactive terminating systems and so on, and pre versus post development. These are the four approaches to model verification. Proof based verification. In this approach, system description is a set of formula which is denoted by the formula as shown in a suitable logic. The specification is another formula phi. The verification method is finding a proof that the set of formulas should satisfy the another formula. Here the symbol that stands between the two symbols means is this symbol is called the means sequent relation, is also called means deduction. It typically needs the user guidance and expertise. This verification method needs user guidance and expertise in order to carry out that. Model based verification. Here the system is represented by a model M. It is denoted by the letters as shown. For an appropriate logic, the specification is again represented by a formula phi, which is used to represent the same formula in the previous method. And the verification method consists of computing whether model M satisfy phi. Here the model is the what model is constructed, and phi is the formula set of formula, and it can be used to check whether the model satisfy the formulas. The computation is usually automatic for finite models in this verification method. Degree of automation. There are two types of automation, from fully automated to fully manual. Fully automated means there is a little human intervention in the verification approach, but in manual there will be humans will operate for every part of the every operation of the verification approach. Full versus property verification. Here the specification may describe a single property of the system, or it may describe its full behavior. Means the model is checked whether it is behaving according to the property specified or all the properties specified. When the model is checked for full behavior of the system, or when it is checked for whether it behaves according to the full all properties mentioned, then it is called full verification approach. Here the full verification approach is very expensive compared to property verification, where only single property is verified. Intended domain of application. This is the four approach to verification. Uh, the three types of domains for the application of models are hardware, software based, sequential, concurrent, reactive, terminating systems. Reacts to its environment, and it is not meant to terminate. Example: the operating systems, embedded systems, computer hardware. Here the systems, reactive systems won't terminate at all, but instead execute, run infinitely when the system is on. The terminating systems is the system which terminate ultimately. Pre versus post development. This is the last approach to verification method. Pre development verification approach means the model is verified before the development begins, and post development means after the model is verified after developing the system. Verification is of greater advantage if introduced early in the system development. That is, pre-development is pre-development approach is very useful in system development in order to avoid any errors which may cause in post development, which may result in the rebuilding of the whole system. Model checking. Model checking is an automatic model based property verification approach. Here the model checking is automatic, that is model is automatically verified. It is model based, not the proof based. And property verification approach, only the single property will be verified, and it is intended to be used for concurrent and reactive systems. It is the concurrent and reactive systems domain in which the model is checked. The purpose of a reactive system is not necessarily to obtain a final result, but to maintain some interaction with its environment. Concurrency bugs. There are two types of bugs: non-reproducible bugs and not covered by test cases. That is, the not covered by test cases means the bugs which are not tested in the test cases for the system. Temporal logic. This is the idea is that the formula is not statically true or false in a model. The models of a temporal logic contain several states. A formula can be true in some and false in others. The static notion of truth is replaced by a dynamic one. The formulas may change their truth values as the system evolves from state to state. We can explain that the same line using the example in the further slides. Temporal logic. In a model checking, the models M are transition systems and the properties phi are formulas in temporal logic. These are the two main components of the temporal logic, that is models and properties. Properties are the one which are applied, checked whether the model behaves according to the property or satisfy the property. And the steps in model checking are the model system, modeling the system using the description language of a model checker, and the coding the property using the specification language of the model checker phi. Phi means the formula, and running the model checker with the inputs M and phi, and whether the model satisfies the formula phi. This can be explained using the diagram as shown. The formula example formula is inputted into the model checker. This is called phi, and this is the model which consists of transition systems, consists of different states, and model checker verifies whether the model behaves according to the formulas or not. If it behaves, then it will return true, or else it will return no or false, and along with that error trace will be displayed. Linear temporal logic. Linear temporal logic has some connectives for referring to the future, and it models time as a sequence of states extending infinitely to future, uh, and this is called computation path. And the future is not determined. We should consider several paths for different futures, and we will explain with I will explain with this line with the example in the further slide. And any one of the paths can be the actual path that is realized. We work with a fixed set of atomic formulas like P, Q, R. These are the atomic formulas used in the model checking. They stands for atomic pairs which hold for a system. For example, process 897 is blocked, or variable x2 is 0, or the content of register R1 is 0 1 row, and so on. Syntax of LTL in BNF is as shown. The formula phi in a temporal logic, linear temporal logic, can be defined as a tautology or a contradiction, or a P which is a propositional atom from set of atoms, or negation of phi which is called recursively to the same formula phi. Phi and phi or phi implies phi, next state phi, final state of phi, globally phi, that is the all future states, phi until phi weak until phi, or phi release phi. These are X, F, G, U, or W are called temporal connectives in linear temporal logic. Here it is stated. X means the next state of the current state. The F means some future state eventually. When in a path any one future state is true. G means all future states, that is globally. U means until. R means release, and weak until. Weak until is the opposite of until. Operator precedence. Unary operators including negation have strongest precedence, that is negation of P until Q is passed as negation of P until Q rather than negation of P until Q as shown. Temporal binary operators have stronger precedence than non-temporal binary operators, that is P and Q until R is passed as P and Q until R. This is the operator precedence in temporal logic. Precedence over propositional logic is as usual. First do the AND, then the ORs, and then XORs. Finally, the implies and equivalence connectives. This is the example of parse tree in linear temporal logic. That is FP and GQ implies P weak until R. According to precedence rules, the parse tree is constructed as shown. Semantics of LTL. A transition system is a structure M equal to S to L, where S is a finite set of states and implies a binary relation on S such that every state S belongs to a set of states S, capital S, has some S dash belongs to S with S to S dash. That means there should be there should be transition from one state to another. The next state can be the same state itself. And L is a labeling function which is denoted as shown. P is the atoms, means the power set of atoms. The interpretation of the labeling function is that each state has set of atomic propositions which are true at that particular state. L of S denoted by. For example, this is the capital S is as shown set of states, and S0, S1, S2 are the states of this system, and transitions are shown S0 to S1 and so on. And L of S0 labeling function, where P and Q are the atoms which are true at the state S0. In the same way, Q is true at S1 and Q is true at S2. deadlocks in the models. We'll call the transition system simply model in no discussion. That is, transition systems are called as models. According to the definition of a model, for each state S belongs to S, there is a at least one S dash belongs to S. No state of a system may be deadlocked. If a system has deadlock, we will always add an extra state SD representing the deadlock. This is explained as shown. Here the state S3 will be deadlocked. It doesn't have any further transition. So the deadlock can be avoided by adding another state SD in order to avoid deadlock. This is the deadlocked model, and this is the not a deadlock model. Paths. A path in a model M is S2L is an infinite sequence of states S1, S1, S2, S3, and so on in S, such that for each I greater than or equal to 1, Si point to Si plus 1. That is the from current state to there is a path from current state to the next state. We write paths as S1 to S2 to S3 S1. Each arbitrary path represents a possible future of the system. That is, first it is in S1, then the state of the system will be in S2, and so on. We write n raised to I for the suffix starting at Si. S, where n square is S2 to S3 to S1. In the same way, n cube is n raised to 3 is S3 to S4 to S5 to so and so on. Unwinding. We can unwind this transition system to obtain an infinite computation tree. And the execution paths of a model M are explicitly represented in the tree obtained by unwinding the tree. This is the example for unwinding, where this is the transition system, and this is the example after unwinding the same transition system, where there is a infinite path extending into the future from the current state S, which is this is the 0, which is the current state, and these are the all future states. Current state means starting state it is in, and this is the example of arbitrary path. In the same way, this can be also an arbitrary path. This can be also an arbitrary path. Thank you.